Well, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us on this first look presentation at what the Nikken business opportunity is all about. This is entitled A Better Way, a chance for us to get a better balance in our lives and to achieve a greater sense of abundance and be more on purpose with our cause and making a difference in the world. My name is Ben Woodward, and it's my pleasure to be your host today as we go through this presentation. I'm going to do a share screen because I have a few slides that I'd like to share with you as we go through this presentation. Before I do that, I want to say something that Darren Hardy once said, which kind of affects the first message of our presentation today. He said, the accomplishment of any goal is the progressive accumulation or the compound effect of small steps taken consistently over time. I'll say that again. The accomplishment of any goal is the progressive accumulation or compound effect of small steps taken consistently over time. Aristotle, of course, famously said, we are what we repeatedly do. Success, therefore, is not an act, but a habit. And it's interesting to keep that in consideration as well as we go through this call today. So with that being said, let me go to a full screen as I share this presentation. So I want to talk about this compounding effect because to me this is something that is really, really critical for each of us. That if we are moving progressively towards our goals as the consequence of small steps repeated frequently over time, my question for you is, what are those small steps that you are currently taking, and where specifically are they taking you to? You can see this diagram, for example, is leading as a result of choices, behaviors, habits, to a state of bliss and happiness to the lady at the top, or to a place of despair and discouragement to the lady at the bottom. This affects everything, doesn't it, in our lives? Our income, our health, our relationships, our happiness, and our success. Success, of course, being the realization of our worthy ideals, the progressive realization of our worthy ideals. So I want to talk about how Nikken can contribute to that success that you are pursuing, and how by making some small changes to some very important habits, we can have some significant results that can make some serious change. Nikken began almost 43 years ago now, founded in Japan by a gentleman by the name of Isuma Masuda, a Japanese fellow who believed that getting balance in these 5 pillars would help us to achieve a greater sense of abundance and fulfillment. A healthy mind, a healthy body, healthy family, healthy society, and healthy finances. Now, I would like you to take a look at these 5 areas of life and ask yourself this question: how am I doing? It's important if we look at this in the context of pillars, pillars being something that provides support and stability. If these pillars are out of line, misaligned, or shaky at best, then we're not going to get stability across the board, are we? It's interesting how these different areas of our lives, again, healthy mind, body, family, society, and finances, it's interesting how they interact and how they relate to each other. I've known people that have been healthy in body, but have had heart attacks because of stress. I've found that people have had a wonderful family unit destroyed because their mind has been placed elsewhere. Likewise, people's ability to contribute to society compromised because they haven't looked after their health or they've mismanaged their finances. It's really important to recognize that we have a relationship with each of these 5 areas and they all intertwine delicately. So again, how are we doing in this area? And I hope that you're looking today at this presentation because you're looking for an opportunity to add value to what you've got. Nikken and our business opportunity isn't here to take away from the good things that you have. My view is we're here to give you more. We're here to contribute greater goodness, more opportunity, to do even better, to have more in life, and to live life more abundantly. And I think you'll find as we go through this presentation that you will relate to many of these messages and find an opportunity that really makes sense and fits with you in a very important way. So one of these critical ways, like I said, this is a business presentation, so I am going to focus specifically on one particular pillar, which is the financial pillar today. Modern life, as we can see all around us, is creating stress, isn't it? We can recognize that technology provides convenience to our lives, but it also demands so much more of us. Back in the day, we would finish work, let's say it was 5 o'clock, and go home, and there wasn't much you could do until you went back the following day. Now you have your office in your pocket, and everywhere you go, you've got it going with you. And there are demands that are upon us 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And we see anxiety and stress and all these emotional strains taking their toll on people all around the world as a result of this modern way of living. Some of the top reasons we can see: financial worries, health concerns, lack of time, unhealthy lifestyles, again, too many demands, inability. It says their failure to take out time to relax. Sometimes it's an inability to do that. Workplace conflict and so on. So what we want to do is offer a solution. What you will find as you look at financial solutions in making changes to your life is that there are typically 4. This image here on this presentation is a representation of the cash flow quadrant by Robert Kiyosaki. And he identified 4 different ways to produce income. And I'd just like to walk us through this for a second. You might want to look at where you fit, and also perhaps look at which solution seems most practical for you. The first one on the left is, of course, that little man, that lady in a box, the employee. You have a job, but you've got no leverage. The amount of active work you put in determines your income. When you stop working, you stop getting paid. Time equals money. And unfortunately, 95% of the population in the Western world kind of falls into this category. I put that person in a box because it shows that typically when you don't have time, it's difficult to get out of it. I have a very dear friend who loves what he does, but he wants to do more, and his employment isn't providing him the opportunities to do that. I want to stress in this point, in many instances when we hear presentations of this nature, people challenge the job, get away from the job. I'm a big advocate for employment. It improves and enriches our financial economies, and it plays a very important part. I've been blessed with a wonderful career throughout my life, and I've had the chance to be a managing director and a global company president, and I've traveled to over 30 countries in my time as an employee. It's enriched my life. But what I'm grateful for now, as I look over to the right and see the business owner, what I have now is a system that leverages my time to create a greater opportunity for income. It means that I'm not dependent on my own active work alone in order to provide income for my family. As a consequence, I've got a team of people that work with me. We share our cause, we share our goals, and we work together to get a collective better outcome. And I love that. It's such a great opportunity to be able to do more and to become more as a result. And you'll notice that business owners are the ones that lay hold upon a much larger portion of the wealth. We see, of course, the self-employed aren't too different in the employed bracket because they're still trading time for money. And of course, you've got, as you grow your own business, there we've got that image of the franchise of McDonald's, not because we endorse their food as a health business, but because as a system, it is perhaps the most recognized around the world as a successful system of duplication. And when you've earned well and you've got that system working well, you can take a step further and use that for greater good and use it to invest and make sure that your money starts to work for you. Again, you can do that progressing from a business owner into the investor, but not really from any other position. Now, we recognize therefore, that we need to do something different if we want to have improved sense of time freedom, if we want to improve our financial circumstances, if we want to get better results. And what you'd be pleased to see is that you don't need to take my word for it alone. You might assume that I'm biased because I'm sharing my presentation about an opportunity that I'm in love with. But you need to be assured that this isn't my perspective alone. We've all heard of this trend called the gig economy. It's a new economy that has emerged, and it has grown very rapidly, where independent workers now have on-demand availability for temporary engagements. An example of this is Uber. And I think this is a great example. We're familiar with Uber, the biggest taxi firm in the world that doesn't own a single car. It's incredible, that, isn't it? Let's compare them to General Motors. Look at this trend. General Motors in 2012, if I put my arrow over here, was worth $54 billion. In 2017, 5 years later, $55 billion. It's had some steady growth. And for most businesses, you'd consider that to be a good achievement. But look at Uber, 60 million it's worth in 2012, 68 billion in 2017, 5 years later. What a huge spike in growth. Now, there's a number of reasons for this, and perhaps you've read those reasons on the screen while I've been talking. People want more balance in their lives. There is increased mobility, and of course, millennials joining the workforce where they have different expectations. Let's look at another example. Walmart, for those of you in the United Kingdom, they're the ones that own Asda. Walmart valued at $212 billion in 2012, $205 billion in 2017. It's dropped considerably. Amazon, on the other hand, $83 billion in 2012, gone massively to $385 billion in 2017. Again, people recognizing online digital opportunities for business engagement, self-employment, and business opportunity. This is the place to go. The neat thing is, I think that Nikken offers the perfect gig. Yes, you can turn your spare bedroom to an Airbnb and compete with your local hotel rooms. Perhaps you want to convert your car into a taxi and get out there in the evenings and do that. And you can trade your time for money again. That's the challenge. You're trading your time for money. But with Nikken, you get the perfect gig because it easily integrates into your life. You don't need to quit your job. The entry to join is very low. We have a turnkey entrepreneurship opportunity here where you've got a proven model for success, where you can link up with people like myself and others that are in our team that are all over the world, where you can partner together and get support and development in building your business. And the most important thing for me is this last phrase here, a gig built on purpose. And that doesn't mean deliberately. It means centered on a meaningful cause. And I want to talk about that cause now. What do we do as Nikken entrepreneurs? Let's talk about that really quickly. We want to have these two keywords become paramount in our business lives. We want to help others to choose active wellness and to get a life in balance. How do we do that? We help to compound our resources, leverage our resources, which over time compounds our results to see a greater return that anything else could offer. We use the gig economy to help people to get a better opportunity and a better income. And I want to talk about how this works really quickly now. So here's a nice simple model that we follow. We join Nikken, we start with a commitment and a plan to enjoy the Nikken incentives and offers that are available. They offer cash bonuses, luxury trips. All of this can be yours as a business owner. What do? You share and promote the products and, of course, this business opportunity so that others can do the same as what you're doing. This, of course, ties into the cause. You invite people to join and be a part of the Nikken business opportunity and join in a way that suits them best. They might join as a customer. They might join as a business user or a business partner. They might want to do a little of both. And Nikken does the tough stuff. This is the bit that I love. It means that more and more people can participate in this business model and join in the rewards and the profits as a consequence. Nikken does all the dealing with inventory, all the R&D, all the warehousing, all the operations, dealing with all the legal and compliance, all that kind of stuff. They pay out all the commissions. They make sure everyone gets paid on time. All we need to do is share, promote, and invite. That keeps it nice and simple. We get to do the fun stuff. We fall in love with our cause. we go out there and we want to help others live a better life. That's kind of nice. So let's talk about how we do that in the context of our products. And this is paramount to our business opportunity, and I'll tell you why. Every commission earned is the result of a product sold. That's really important, which means the efficacy of our business is really centered not just on our philosophy or our cause, which is wonderful. Those 5 pillars of health is central to what has seen us progress and develop and grow for 43 years. But also that our products have a meaningful value and can make a significant difference to customers all over the world. And you'll find that Nikken provides just that. We have products in different categories such as air, water, sleep, light, and nutrition, providing people literally a holistic approach to well-being. I love that. There aren't too many people when they're talking about wellness. Now, wellness is a common phrase today, and a lot of people use it. They might talk about it in the context of diet and nutrition. They might talk about it in the context of exercise, for example, and maybe hydration. But they won't always talk about it in the context of the circadian rhythm. That circadian means circa, about, diem, a day. That rhythm of our bodies of wakeful sleepfulness that keeps us going and keeps us healthy. Our body has been designed since the dawn of time to operate around a sleepful, a sleep and night wakeful pattern ever since we've been around. And the reason for that means if we can tap into that with our products and provide support when we're asleep and when we're awake to enrich and nourish the body at every phase, then we've certainly got something that is meaningful. Isn't it great that people can have a great product experience and they can do that while they're fast asleep? I think that's wonderful. The nice thing about this Nikken Wellness Home that we offer is that it does provide a great business vehicle as well for those that are serious about providing themselves and their families a serious opportunity for change. You can see you've got an initial startup. People might buy a product to begin with to start off their journey with their wellness home. They might get repeat purchases for consumables, filters to replace the water filter in their water bottle or in their water system, or for their skincare, for example, or for their nutrition. They might want to upgrade. They might have gotten one item from our sleep system, and then they want to go out there and get another, or perhaps move to another bedroom and provide someone else in the family some of the benefits of the wellness home as well. It just goes on and on and on. It's a never-ending cycle of both health and well-being for the end user and prosperity for the business owner. It's a mutually rewarding experience. I think that is just fantastic. Now, as we draw to a close of our presentation now, I want to just emphasize quickly what we do as business builders in creating duplication, this opportunity to get the maximum benefit of the business model. Like I said, it's all about having a team of people that work with you on this cause. And we call this collaborative entrepreneurship. This is what we call the core circle of influence. We get each person works to develop at least 5 wellness homes where they have both customers and, of course, business consultants that are seeking to do the same. These people here, this is you with your wellness home, and here are your customers enjoying the benefits of their wellness home. And here are your 3 teammates where you've identified they want to go out and create business for themselves. What is the impact of this? I want to show you the financial return that is available to you as you work this model. And keep in mind that you're working it with mentors and coaches that support you along every step along the way. I'm going to skip past this slide. I'll get back to that in just a second. This is the slide I wanted to show you. This is the benefit. As you reach out and you've got your 3 people reaching out to their 3 and doing the same, you can see that you can have a significant impact on the lives of people all around the world, because you're providing these people with a financial return that provides them security, hope, opportunity, and freedom, which is what many people are looking for today. At the same time, by offering these products to our customers and providing wellness homes to people all around the world, not only are we influencing and impacting more people, but we're impacting the planet in a significant way for good as well. And as business owners, you can see your income as you grow through the business moves from a meaningful start to a significant future opportunity. And I've got this in US dollars. You'll need to do a currency conversion for your local market. But the income opportunity here is significant. I think that's really important for each of us to understand. So I want to take an end there and say, if each of you, as you look at this opportunity, I want to come back to that question that I began with. When you look at those 5 areas of your life, healthy mind, healthy body, healthy family, healthy society, and healthy finances, how are you doing? Do you want to make a change? And like I said, we're not here to say that what you've got isn't good enough. What we're here to say is, would you like to have something better? Would you like to have a better way? Would you like to have a little bit more of the good stuff? I want you to know, as I've taken the step in my life to jump into Nikken and to give it my heart, it has given me so much more in return. I'm a father of 7 children. My wife and I have a busy household of nine, and Nikken is our sole source of income. Does it provide for us? It does it very, very well. If it can provide for a family of 9 and look after us really well, it can do wonders for you as well. So thank you very much. I hope you find this helpful. Please get back to the person that invited you to take a look at this presentation. Let them know your thoughts. If you've got any questions, ask away. We have absolutely nothing to hide, but everything to share. So thank you very much, and we're so glad you joined us. Take care.